the shelter of our family, the most precious asset money can buy. Buying or selling a property is not an easy thing to do. Real estate specialist Vangelis Katsaitis meets people and answers all their questions on property.
Good morning.
So we are here with a very successful lady, Councillor Lily Chen. Lily is a councillor for the city of Perth. She's a lawyer for migration issues and she's also a very successful settlement agent. Lily, I know that you try to sell a property currently of yours.
Yes.
And I'd like you to share with us your experience, the good and bad things that have happened so far with this effort.
So I haven't had many bad experience because normally I only buy, very rarely I sell properties because I find the properties here is really precious. So only one property in your kind, and it's 5 bedrooms, huge, and then I think the current rental market is not really good, so that's why we decided to sell. I heard a lot of agents said, "Oh, Lily, if you sell your kind house, you should engage an agent to agent who specializes in selling your kind. Is it possible for an agent to successfully sell properties in different locations?"
Thank you for your question, Lily. The local agent has been traditionally considered to be the expert on his or her area, and this belief had been established long before people were given access to the unlimited amount of information that we have today thanks to the internet. Every agent can now subscribe and study a specific area or location anywhere. So the local agent has absolutely no differential advantage anymore. Personally, I have taken on properties that remained unsold for months with the local agents, and I sold them in the first week well above the listing price. So people should not look for the local agent, but for the specialist.
Who is the specialist?
The specialist is the agent who knows how to market the property and how to deal and to negotiate with buyers effectively. The specialist is also the agent who is experienced in dealing with a specific property profile and with a respective target group of people. As an example, the agent who is experienced in selling the $2 million home will have absolutely no problem in selling this type of property in every suburb. Another example is that many agents are trusted by a single vendor to sell his or her property in many different locations, or they even become vendors' lifetime agents, no matter where the property is located, and they go very well, of course. It is important for all property owners to realize that when selecting their agent, they are looking for the specialist and for the best negotiator. They are definitely not looking for the person who sold the property next door.
Specialist is you specialize in one type or one categories of properties. Is it not? We are general agents. We are selling anything you come to me. So if people they specialize in selling units, then they probably can specialize themselves in that area. And if you said, Lily, I always sell properties 1 million and above, then you just specialize in that area, and then all your clientele is that market. Upper market.
Exactly.
So very important.
Because
so I can be your upper market client.
You're more than welcome. So Jack and Chris, apart from being hairdressers in East Perth, they also love property. And I think you have a question for me today, Chris.
Yes, I do. What's the best advice you'd give to someone wanting to sell their home?
First of all, select the best agent you can find and not the cheapest one. Best agent is the one who will provide you with the best advice, the best service, and he will bring more net value in your pocket. Cheap agents are cheap in the commission, but they also bring much less net value. Overall, the cheap agent follows the market rule that you get what you are paying for. For that reason, they end up costing much more when selling your home.
We've had the best success with the best agents, and it doesn't matter that their commission may be a little higher. they generally have generated much more profit for us. So it's been a very worthwhile investment choosing a good and not the cheapest agent.
Well, Vangelis gave the most optimistic price, and in fact managed to sell it above the reserve and very much earned his commission. And well, from that point of view, I couldn't be happier that we got in fact more than what we expected for the property, and it was probably the most optimistic price we could possibly get.
Second, be realistic about the selling price. Miracles can happen, but not to everybody and not every day. Third, invest in marketing your home. Marketing is not a cost, but an investment towards bringing potential buyers in. Fourth, declutter. Declutter your home and do everything that's necessary to make it attractive.
And what do you mean by making your home more attractive?
The most fundamental element when selling your home is your attitude. From the time that you decide to sell, your home does not belong to you anymore, but to the potential buyer who will be viewing it in the newspapers, in the home opens, on the internet and so on. So apart from the basics of having a clean and good-looking property, the more impersonal your home becomes, the easier a potential buyer can get to the shoes of the new owner. I have been advising owners to take off any pictures, any personal or family items, anything that refers to religion, to specific culture, sometimes even to hobbies or to specific lifestyles. This is the hotel room principle, and it's the safest way for keeping your property open to other people's lives. Finally, think twice before saying no to an offer. It's not bad to wait for the best offer, but you have also to consider that the offer that you have in front of you may be the highest that you might ever get. So listen to your agent's advice on this.
We had one house, I think, that was on the market for a long time, and it really was because the agent wasn't motivated. He just opened the house and never really contacted the visitors. He just sat on the front veranda and people came in and out. And we changed agent, and the very next agent sold the house in a week. And I think the difference was that she was passionate, and she'd say, come and have a look at this and come and have a look at that, and the enthusiasm rubs off on the buyers. So I think that it's important that the agent really feels for the house and communicates that to potential buyers.
Make it a wonderful experience, quick, and yeah, it's been dealt professionally. All our queries has been answered. Yeah, we are very happy with the experience.
The advice that you've given, I agree with. I think it's important to choose the right agent from the beginning and consider very carefully the first offer.
Vangelis came back with an offer within 24 hours that was higher than the reserve price we were going to set at the auction, and it meant that we saved on the advertising, auctioneering costs, time. It just couldn't have gone quicker, really, and it was smooth, quickly, and at a very good price.
And I suspect that if you didn't put the effort into it, or if you didn't have your style, you wouldn't have sold. That's just a personal opinion. So we're very happy. But mostly, we thought that you had the situation in control. I like the simplicity, and I felt there wasn't too much embroidery, and I felt that whatever was put in front of us was realistic. I didn't feel that I was being talked down to. I didn't feel that the onus was not on us to hold. I always thought the onus was on you, and you took that.
Princi is based in North Perth, but his delicatessen butcher shop is famous all around Perth. And I think you've got a question for me.
I just want to know if you've got any strategy with dealing with buyers.
I always try to find the real needs and why they buy property or why they're out in the market viewing properties. Also, I maintain a wide network of potential buyers around me, so whenever a property matches the criteria of any of the buyers, then we have a very quick sale.
Fantastic. Every time we email you, we have a lot of emails, or we call you, always respond straight away, or you come to us. I think that's something we really like. We always get a response quickly. And even though, this is we have been involved in 4 properties in the last 3 years, and I think this is one of the smoothest transactions that we have.
We are in East Perth, sitting on the Royal on the waterfront, and I just got an email here with a question saying, is there any advice in regards to setting the right selling price? Many property owners go for extremely high selling prices, and also many agents suggest a high market price in order to win a listing. This is not good for the image of the property, as it remains unsold for a long time. Finally, the property gets discounted, and usually it is sold at lower price levels than the current market. This happens because buyers take advantage of the continuous discounting, and they either wait or they bargain harder. Selling price should be attractive, and it should initiate competition among buyers. The experienced real estate agent knows how to encourage this competition, which will lead to competing offers, pushing, of course, the price up. I'm here in Tennis Central, one of the best tennis schools in Perth, in Robertson Park, along with Ben. He's a coach, and I think you have a question for me, Ben.
That's right. What's your greatest achievement, Vangelis?
My greatest achievement is whenever I help people who have lost their trust to their real estate agent to realize what and why went wrong and to win a glorious sale of their property at the end. There are also many interesting stories of worth mentioning achievements, but I personally prefer to recall those properties that had remained unsold for a long time and their owners were under stress.
No, it was, as I say, I reached one point where I said to you, I don't think it's going to happen this year. Well, we did eventually actually manage to sell it before we had a home open even, in that we had a private viewing a day or 2 prior and immediately got an offer.
We were just going to sit on it for a while. We weren't desperate to sell at any stage. And so it was suggested that we put it to auction, possibly. We did go through the auction of another house in East Perth, and we didn't think the process was for us. And that other house, the auction, the house didn't sell through the auction. It didn't even reach reserve price, obviously, and so we didn't feel that was for us. So we sat on it for a while.
Well, I've found the agent I've used to be a very smooth operator, and he knows his business and very thorough. And yes, you can't compliment him more for the actual time he puts into getting things right and doing things properly, efficiently, and to the best advantage for the seller.